Well, you're making a movie, are you?
I think so, yeah. In this video, I want to show you how I deconstructed an existing foot pedal, which is basically just a switch, and then put an Arduino Pro Micro in it to then enable it to control OBS. This project could have been done in 2 seconds by just binding some keys on my keyboard. But what I want is to be able to control my screen recordings with my feet. I got these bad boys free to do whatever I need. And by that I mean control the keyboard and mouse, just to be clear. And so with this foot pedal, I can then control OBS while I'm working on different projects or creating tutorials for you guys. We'll jump into the first part. How does this work? Using a continuity test on my multimeter, I can figure out exactly which wires I need to connect to my Arduino. And this is the portable workstation I've been working on that I'll have a video out about soon. So at the moment the switch isn't being pressed, and so there's nothing happening. But if I move over to the blue wire, you'll see that we're actually getting something. However, when I move back to brown and then I press the switch is activated. Right now I'm going to try and solder it up to my Arduino Pro Micro. So I'm not sure if you can see that. It's using the Atmega 32U4 chip. Which is what you need if you want to actually be able to send keyboard commands. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to send MIDI signals. I want to go with MIDI because then that means that there is zero chance of me pressing the wrong keyboard combination that's going to mess up my recording or change how it's actually working. This is me editing this video now, and I realized that, look, I was onto something, right? MIDI is good. MIDI means that when I'm pressing keys on my keyboard, this thing here, it won't actually interfere. Or at least that was my thing. It doesn't work with the older add-ons for like MIDI integration within OBS. Instead you got to use like web servers and all this other shit that I'll be honest, don't have the time or patience to figure out right now. What we did was we basically just used keys on my keyboard that I'll never be able to press because they don't exist. I have from F1 to F12, but it goes all the way up to F24 in terms of those function keys. So I can use specific function keys that I can't press. So I got my feet. I got my foot pedal, I got my microcontroller, we should be good. Here it is, prototype 1. Let's jump into the code. So this first part is where we're actually doing our setup. So which library are we using? Which pins are we going to connect the push button to? Then in void setup is where we're actually going to use input pull up so that we can use the internal resistor of the Arduino so we don't have to add additional wiring. In the void loop section, we're going to be reading the button state, checking if it's different from the last button state, and then sending through the keyboard presses that we want to then bind into OBS. Now, I want to make a note here that if you're going to be using these keys such as Shift and Alt, make sure that the last key that you're pressing, like Alt 9 or I don't know, any number key or letter key, actually comes after them. Because when I was testing this, it didn't work otherwise. Finally, once the button is released, we're then going to send through our other keyboard commands that'll stop the recording in OBS. There's a delay at the end to just smooth everything out, whereby we'll then reset the button state so we can run through the loop again. Now that our code's done, I guess we should build the final version. Cue montage. We posted 2 things so far. The main goal is just make things. Yeah. Which is fun. Well, this is it, the final part, actually setting it up. So here in OBS, go into hotkeys, press down with my foot, and release with my foot. Now that that's all set up, all that's left to do is apply and save. Oh, it actually works! Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the foot pedal now in action in OBS, and I'm also in OBS. Whoa! Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you'll make your own. I've put the code down in the description. Pretty short, pretty simple. I'll hopefully see you guys in another one soon. This has been a bit of a marathon project, and I'm really glad I was able to kind of finish it and put something up. It's pretty simple in concept, right? It's just an Arduino and a button or a switch, and from that you're kind of reading it in certain ways and sending different keyboard commands that can really improve a workflow. As you see, I now have my hands free while my foot's just pressing that foot pedal. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!